What's up, guys? We are live from the Brojo again for another episode of Fan-Ime. I am Kien and Max.
I'm Max.
Before we get into our topic of what makes a good shonen battle anime protagonist, we have a couple of news stories. We're gonna go with the first one that is meh before I see Max freak out and be happy about something.
That doesn't happen often.
No, it really hasn't. J.J. Abrams and Paramount are developing a live adaptation of Your Name, the Japanese manga that just came out that has reached global phenomenon.
Yeah, I've actually heard about this without reading it in like the last day.
Yes.
It fucking exploded.
Yeah, it's made 355.2 million worldwide. It was only, like the next movie, was only in select theaters in America.
Fuck.
The thing about this is that it is so, like, just like how Death Note was. And this isn't Kien, like, before anyone's like, Kien's a mega weeb and he's just defending it because of Japan. I'm like, no, there's a lot of things that, like, you can't really take out of context without the Japanese tradition. And Your Name is actually one of them. It takes a lot of Japanese culture, just like Death Note did.
Awesome.
And so, with this in mind, like, I mean, fine, it's J.J. Abrams, whatever. Woo, cool, fine. But I'm not looking forward to it. I've seen Your Name. I pirated it, and it's good.
Okay.
It's really good. Like, I love it.
I may or may not steal that later.
Yes. Yeah, we could totally watch and do a review. But
Alright.
I love it. I like it a lot. Like, it reminds me of Ghibli movies.
Oh,
without
awesome.
being a Ghibli movie, and so
is it like heartfelt and like
it's very
inspiring?
heartfelt. It's heartfelt and inspiring.
So basically, you're telling me it's a Ghibli movie without the Ghibli animation,
Right. So
okay,
well,
I'm totally down for that.
It's kind of like Your Name to me is like I like Wolf Mother more than I like Your Name, but Your Name is like so big now. Right now, it's like everyone's in love with it,
Okay.
and I love it. But like I don't know, there's something about like Wolf Mother when I first saw it. I love that movie.
Right.
It to me that's like a Ghibli film without being Ghibli, but like this has the feel like it's weird premises because they can like when they dream they're looking in through each other's eyes.
Well, that's kind of
yeah.
All right.
So yeah, there's that. And then the next trailer is well, go right ahead, Max.
Tokyo Ghoul's live action anime. And it looks fucking awesome.
It does. It looks very interesting, too.
Right? Like, I don't know how well the story is gonna go. Like, this could tank out, but at least it's gonna look fucking amazing.
It looks very accurate to the fucking...
Like, everything looks good in it. The ghouls look great. The ghoul fucking tail power things, I can't remember the name right now, look actually really good and really lifelike. Like, in the anime, they portray a lifelike anime-esque, but in this, they're, like, true. Like,
humanoid.
If you walked outside and somebody had this power, that's exactly what it fucking looked like.
It's like a tail, like an extension of their body.
Yeah, it looks fucking beautiful. And there are just some, like, snippets of cinematic scenes we get to see in this most recent trailer that just look awesome. They could be totally mute and just have a little bit of music playing in the background, and I will watch them, guaranteed. They look beautiful.
I like the ghoul investigators. They look spot on.
They
and that's
look great.
That's the one thing that gets me. This movie looks super accurate as shit.
Right?
All right, like, and it looks like it's only going to that part.
Yeah, we're gonna probably miss out on some major story parts.
I don't think we're gonna have Gourmet.
Yeah, we probably won't have the gourmets. He might be a character that plays a minor role, so we might get to see him. But I doubt we're gonna get the whole gourmet, like the fucking fight scene and shit like that. But my thing is, it
might be going the Kenshin route, where it's a three-part movie series, which would be interesting.
Awesome.
But then again, Attack on Titan did that, and it was really, really bad.
Well, see, what I would like is if they don't change any of the story. I want to see a direct port from anime to live action.
Right.
The anime was beautiful. It was heartfelt where we needed it. It had good action. It was well done. If they just take that and give me some live characters and make it look good, that would be cool as shit.
All right. That's very understandable. Now, let's go into, speaking of that, Tokyo Ghoul is a shonen adaptation, is a shonen anime. And so we're talking about what makes a good shonen protagonist. First of all, before we go into it. What is a shonen anime? So I actually got the description on this. Shonen manga is typically characterized by high action, often humorous plots featuring male protagonists. The camaraderie between boys or men on camaraderie. Sorry.
Kien's blind.
Fighting squads and the like is often emphasized. Main characters may also feature an ongoing desire to better themselves. Such manga often portray challenges of the protagonist's abilities, skills, maturity, stressing self-perfection.
Eschew self-discipline, sacrifice in the case of duty, and honorable service to society, community, family, and friends.
Shonen manga stories may feature often themes such as martial arts, robots, science fiction, sports, terror, and mythological creatures.
And boobs.
And boobs, but with that in mind, when you think of a shonen protagonist, who do you think of? Like, give me your top three.
This is my top three. Being people who always strive to be better, fill their role, and are always try to stay the same person, try and be morally well people, is Goku. Naruto, even though I hate saying it, he's a shonen protagonist up the butthole. He very well fits that role, like, to the T. And then another one who seems to be rising out is Deku.
Yes! Oh god, yeah.
Deku is the new age Goku, in a way. And I very much appreciate it.
But he's smarter and better to kids.
He's smarter and better. He's the new age, better version of Goku.
So this is going to be the anime podcast when people listen back and I say how much I like Dragon Ball. Everyone's going to be like, well, if you listen to this one, it sounds like you hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I know its flaws.
He's taking it from a rational point of view instead of the fanboy point
that
of view
you've heard me say it to John and Gil numerous times and be freaking out on both of them about why they don't like it.
Yeah.
But before that, the rise of shonen protagonists is actually, because you brought it up, Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
From 1984 to 1995 is credited with setting the trend of the popular shonen manga from the 1980s onward. So I decided to choose this topic. It is something I hold near and dear to me, Max, as you know.
Oh,
because everyone who knows me knows that I love Dragon Ball. I have, like, a bunch of Funko Pops and, like, all my t-shirts that aren't Pokemon or
fucking Capsule Corp.
And
I get shit on all the time for wearing graphic tees, and I don't think I've seen Kien outside of a graphic tee. He just wears a tank top or a jacket.
Yeah, I have my love for its anime protagonist, Goku. So I wanted to take this episode to break down what it is I enjoy about him and other shonen protagonists. So I spent a lot of my free time, if I wasn't watching Neo Yokio, rewatching animes I love and animes I'm not fond of, like One Punch Man and Attack on Titan.
And that was all we're going to talk about Neo Yokio. It has died to me.
Yeah, we wanted to do a review. Here's the review. Dumpster fire.
No.
Honestly, as fickle as it is to judge a character from its looks, that is the one honest thing that draws me into watching an anime or reading a manga. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's how you feel.
If something looks cool, it will draw me in way easier than a very blah-looking thing.
Right, and that's the reason I gave the anime Fairy Tail a chance, because of the way Natsu looked. Like, I liked the pink spiky hair aesthetic and his iconic scarf. And, you don't know that he got from his adopted father, but I'm like, that character looks very interesting, and then you watch it and you're like, no.
This is kind of odd.
Yeah, and then, then you get characters like Natsu, Ichigo from Bleach, Toriko from Toriko. And they are stereotypical anime protagonists to me, because what do you think of when you think of a shonen-style anime protagonist?
Fighting dumb foodie.
Muscles! Like, hair going all around.
Their hair is crazy, they like to fight, they like to eat food, and they're probably around a chick with boobs.
Yeah, they're over-exaggerated, over-the-top weapons and the power just by their appearance.
Their powers they can do is just crazy.
But then you have characters such as, and this is weird because it's from both the same creator of both Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, but you have characters like Goat and Yusuke, and I'm also going to put Eren Yeager in this from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Not most outright cool-looking shonen protagonists you would ever meet or guess were the main characters. The first two having an ensemble cast of their typical shonen hairstyles, like Kuwabara and Kisuke, and all these other guys look very shonen anime protagonists. And then you have the other ones who, they're not bland because they wear bright green and things like that, but they're bland in comparison to their other characters in appearance.
Yeah.
is what, it's their hairstyle is what captures it. The ones that combine both these aspects to this trope, to me personally, and you can get into yours, but I'll explain mine, is Goku from Dragon Ball, Deku from My Hero Academia, and Luffy from One Piece. These three, to me, are key examples of what interests me in a protagonist. I've gone extremely into talking about why I think Goku is a typical shonen protagonist, which you can link down below because there's like 7 videos about Goku.
Just go to our page, you'll find one.
So I'll focus on what makes Luffy and Deku interesting. Sorry guys, I know you're gonna have me go super weeb on Goku.
Not quite.
This week's not the case. When I look at Deku, he's your typical anime protagonist. Hair, green, and messy. His appearance doesn't scream anime protagonist when you put him off against someone like Gintoki from Gintama, but it was that simplest design that drew me into his character. The look of childlike innocence with him, and the fact that when you find out his power doesn't destroys him, also really interests me because it's very different in a shonen protagonist comparatively to everyone else. Now then, let's take a look at Monkey D. Luffy. Though he may not have an outlandish anime hair, there are some very interesting features that catches your eye first. When you see his iconic straw hat, to the scar on his face, to his the red shirt, and that even color coordinates with his attire. And in the later issues, you see the giant X from what Akainu did.
Well, talking on Luffy, I think the first time I actually saw a picture of Luffy was him doing Gum Gum Pistol. So, he didn't look outrageous, but dude's arm was, stretched all the way out to another guy. I was like, the fuck is going on here? I must watch this now. And then I did.
Is there some anime protagonist by appearance that you watch the show just because of the thing? Because, I think yours would have probably been Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul, yeah, I was intending on watching that anyways, but then when I saw, people in it, I was like, oh, I'm watching this now instead of after this next anime.
Right.
Tokyo Ghoul did that. That's actually the reason I started with Bleach, because one of the first things I saw was actually a later episode with somebody's fucking Zanpakuto being unlocked, so that looked really cool. Disappointed in the actual anime itself.
Yeah.
But, the reason I started watching it was because of that.
Because it's the appearance, and that's the thing that,
it drew me in. Yeah, it looked cool.
That's the positive about a lot of shonen anime. It is toward... I got into shonen anime when I was 5, obviously, because Dragon Ball Z came out in Toonami. And then I would go to the library and check out the weekly shonen mangas and read them. Which were all out of line and they didn't have all the exact chapters. No. They had they were all left and right mixed match. I'm I don't know what's going on.
And when they were organized on the shelf, they didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4. It went 37, 12, 53.
Yeah, you're just what is this? And then but that was for me these shonen I've grown up with shonen anime and unfortunately a lot of the anime I watch is not I'm not one of those weird anime weebs that I love battle anime all along because I'll get into Kirito and we'll talk about that. Just you wait, because he counts as a shonen protagonist to me. But for me, it was exciting, it was thrilling, and it was supposed to be marketed towards me because I was a child and I was a boy and I liked punching things.
Right. It fit really well. It hit its mark in drawing in its target crowd.
So was that your first? Was Bleach your first shonen
My first actual thing into anime was I can't remember the name right now. It's a Miyazaki film, the one with the fucking big white wolf and they chop the head off.
Prince Mononoke.
Yes, that was actually the first anime I ever watched. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I watched Howl's Moving Castle. Mm-hmm. And then my uncle, Kian's mutual friend, Cody, is actually the one who got me really into anime, and we started watching Dragon Ball. It's fucking awesome.
Everyone watches Dragon Ball, come on.
But, that's how I got into anime. It teetered off for a while when I moved away from a lot of the family I had that like my uncle, and I kind of fell back more towards being a normal, quote-unquote normal kid. I didn't watch anime. I went out for sports. I did this dumb shit. I was the cliche guy. But then, after not long, I hit about 12, and stayed up too late once accidentally watching Cartoon Network and was like, oh my god, I love anime. That's also the first time I watched Doctor Who, was staying up too late on a stray channel, and I now love that too.
Yeah. Now let's look at the motivation of the characters.
Woo.
A lot of problems come from your typical shonen anime is as it later goes on, and I'll bring this into perspective. Let's look at 4 popular shonen animes that were popular in my age group. Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. Let's look at the main character's motivation. Luffy has a set goal that he doesn't quit to achieve, which is to find the One Piece and become the king of the pirates. Which is very similar to Naruto's goal, is to become Hokage, which remained very constant in both mangas. Where they differ is that, compared to Luffy, Naruto has had a lot more struggle throughout his series. Yeah. But their motivation is what drives them. Luffy's drive to be the Pirate King makes him interesting because he will do whatever it takes to reach the goal, but at the same time, he enjoys the adventure and would be fine if he didn't ever become Pirate King. Which is opposite of Naruto, because his end goal is Hokage, and everything he does for it to reach it is to that goal.
Right.
And then you have to look at Bleach's Ichigo. His motivations are well and good. They don't really capture you, though.
No.
Unlike the other two, he doesn't really have a reason why he is fighting, except that there's a monster or a strong enemy, and he must defeat them and power up.
Yeah, something got in the way.
Right, and where all these other characters' motivations come from, like, inside and internal, Ichigo's is always like, my family, I have to protect them. Which is well and good and all, but it becomes boring and lackluster.
It's an external conflict. He very rarely faces an internal conflict, and that kind of just makes him a very shallow character, and all of the other characters were even more shallow than him. It just made it hard to, like, fall in love with the series.
Right. Well, I mean, I fell off after, like, I didn't fall off, I kept watching it, but when they got to the Soul Society, that's when, to me, it just went weird.
Oh, yeah.
And you introduce them. But then that means I'm going to go into Dragon Ball. And I know, this is going to hurt me on the inside. The same goes. This is also the same for Dragon Ball, as Goku's motivations from Dragon Ball to Z, then to Super become rather boring.
Yeah.
Like, Dragon Ball was a story that the internal conflict originally was Toriyama could finish it in 7 chapters or less. Is that they find 7 balls, make a wish. Then it just kept going and going. And, like, yes, Goku has an internal, like Luffy and Naruto, Goku wants to be stronger. But to me, Goku does the worst things ever to become stronger. He puts a lot of people on live. And then that motivation is no longer, to me, how Luffy and Naruto's is. But it's more, like, Luffy and Naruto's are both super selfish.
Yeah, they want to become stronger, and they want to become known and become, like, the king or the ruler or whatever.
But Goku's motivation is very super, like, I don't care if the world is destroyed itself.
Right, he fucking started a battle where universes are being deleted.
Right, and so, see, these characters are essentially your main characters, but you end up not really caring for them, and instead, the root of the side characters is you start rooting for the side characters, such as the problem I have with One Punch Man. Again, I'm not saying these mangas and animes are bad, we're just focusing on the main characters of said manga. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you root more for, like, Uryu and Urahara in Bleach, and you root more for Moomin Rider and
fucking
Genji. Yeah. No, not Genji.
No, fucking
Cyborg guy.
God, I was just gonna say his name, and then you went to fucking Bleach, and it's totally gone now.
Genos! You root for Genos, and you root for Krillin, you root for Gohan, you root for Piccolo. You essentially the main character is now overdrawn because of how lackluster he is as a character. Well, that you like, which is fine. But we're talking about what makes a good shonen protagonist, and I don't think that makes a good shonen protagonist, because if your shonen protagonist is on the cover of the thing and they're sullied by every other fucking character, then it's not interesting.
See, and I agree with you. What would make a perfect shonen protagonist? Your story can't go over 20 chapters, because then you lose the protagonist and you start going for the side characters.
Right. Which is all fine and dandy, like, but then just don't make him the protagonist.
Yeah, make it a more ensemble cast. Like, Super is finally getting that point where Vegeta's on power now, Gohan's on power now, Piccolo's getting up there now. It's not Goku saves the world now.
Yeah,
We're getting more people capable.
If I can put, like, the countermeasure to Super is that Super really isn't the Goku show, like, as Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball were. It is more... I look at it like this, and I know John has a different opinion. I believe Super has become more slice of life than it has become shonen battle manga, because they do pay more attention to side characters now, and they give them a chance. At times. At times, it's more slice of life.
Yeah.
That's, again, personally me.
And I appreciate that. And I think that's also... This anime has been going on for ages.
Yeah.
It's growing up with us. When we first got hooked in... I mean, Kien was 5. I was probably, 3?
3.
So, like... I didn't get into it until a little later, but it's grown up with us. When we were younger and watching this, we loved watching shit get the shit wrecked.
Right.
But now we're reaching more of the point where, like, we still like watching that.
Right.
But we also appreciate them all sitting down and just having a heartfelt conversation.
Right.
Or it cutting to a side character taking care of their kid.
Right.
Like, we appreciate that, too, and it draws us in.
So with that amount of characters' motivations are important to keeping your readers and viewers interested, at least for me, because you can only love spectacle so much, which is why I fell in love. I'm bringing it. This is actually the more of the My Hero Academia. Kien loves it. The My Hero Academia Deku, and I'm excitedly awaiting for the premiere of Black Clover. Ooh. Because those characters have that love of, like, they're not the strongest, but they have super wicked powers that hurt them. Because like Naruto, Deku and Asta start off from nothing, having no skills that will help them out, but unlocking a power from within.
Right?
And then you have the backstory, and this is where most shonen protagonists have shitty, sad backstories.
Or
Ichigo loses his mother. Naruto is an orphan and is treated like shit by the village because he's a demon. Deku was born without a quirk. And then you have people who have no interesting yet tragic backstory that makes you invested in the characters. The case in being is Gintoki from one of my all-time favorite animes, Gintama. On the outside, he's a goofy, carefree sugar feed, but he is stricken with inner turmoil from his past as a samurai, killing people in a great war. You would never know, unless they go flashback episodes, that Gintoki murdered people. He uses a wooden sword, and he just is addicted to drinking strawberry milk. But these... You know, with this in mind, like, I love his backstory because the essence contradicts who his character is in the manga, but also explains why he is like who he is now. But then you have the opposite polarizing scale in Luffy and Goku, who kind of just said, fuck it, I want to do this, and so I will. Mm-hmm. Granted, Goku killed his grandfather when he turned Ozaru.
Accident still happened.
And Luffy was the reason Shanks lost his arm. But essentially, their backstory isn't as quote-unquote sad as, like, a lot of the other shonen protagonists' backstories.
Right.
Like, I look at it like this. And this is where I'm going to go with Kirito. Kirito has a quote-unquote sad backstory, but it's overshadowed by bullshit. Alright? His parents died, so his aunt adopts him, but he thinks this is his mother, and, like, it's weird incestuous. But Kirito, to me, is one of the worst shonen anime protagonists because the last part we're going to talk about their cool fucking powers. But this is why, like, I'm going to go with, we can talk about, like, what are some shonen protagonists you don't like? And Kirito is a shonen protagonist I hate because he has no folly to him.
Yeah.
He is perfect.
Right? Like, I was going to bring up Saitama for exactly the same reason.
Right.
He has no crap backstory. He was a normal person who decided to try too hard and became broken, and now he's a perfect person without hair.
Right.
Like, he is disappointing.
Right. Stuff like that makes me mad, though. Like, I know a lot of people really love One Punch Man. Oh, that was another news story. Just might as well bring it up. One Punch Man is no longer being animated by Madhouse, but by another studio. So this might actually be a hindrance to One Punch Man because Madhouse actually takes time to do their work.
Yeah, Madhouse does good animation. I'm not dissing One Punch Man's animation at all.
So, but that's the reason why I pointed out. So, like, One Punch Man Season 2 might be bad just because it's bad animation and not because Kien hates the story. But, back to this. And another, like, shonen protagonist I can't stand is Naruto. I don't know why it is about Naruto. I think it's his motivation for Sasuke to come back.
Yeah.
Like his motivation for Sasuke has always bothered me.
Right? Just let the fucker go.
Right.
Like, I get he's basically the only friend you've had. Like, he doesn't want shit to do with this. Just let him go. By the point where he's chasing down Sasuke, he has made some okay friends.
Right.
Let Sasuke go.
Right.
Let him do his shit.
Yeah. So now we're actually gonna go into my favorite part, and this is the sorry. I also really don't like Eren Yeager because he's really super whiny comparatively to all the other shonen anime protagonists I've seen.
Yeah.
But people would be like, but what about Kaneki? Isn't Kaneki the same? No. Because Kaneki, yes, Eren Yeager's mom got eaten by a fucking Titan, and so that's why he hates the Titans. Kaneki had not, like, his mom died, but Kaneki didn't want to be part of any of this.
Right.
Kaneki had no, like, Eren Yeager's dad is what made him into a Titan. Spoiler alert. Kaneki was just a normal dude, thinking he was gonna go on a nice day with a bookworm, and then he turns into a ghoul. There's a total difference between their backstory.
Right.
Kaneki's is a lot more interesting because Kaneki is conflicted with a duality of two sides that he has. He has a demon and he has his human side. Sorry, ghoul and his human side, which are always conflicting because he thinks he's still a human, but he knows he's a ghoul.
Right, and he was thrust into this.
Right.
Fucking other guy was like, Titan ate my mom, I'm gonna go kill Titans now. Oh god, I'm a Titan.
Right, and see, that's my problem with Attack on Titan. Now we're gonna go to what I like to call what the not key element, but the element that keeps you watching your main anime protagonist. Their special attacks.
Yeah.
And do you have anyone in mind before we go into this?
Nobody in particular really comes up, like, as special attacks go. There are some people whose movesets I really enjoy.
Oh,
But, Luffy's movesets are interesting, and so are Usopp's. Both of those, actually, I enjoy a lot. Because Usopp's just got the strangest things. And you never know what the fuck he's gonna pull out.
Right.
But, like, for people who have a quote-unquote special move, it's really the one that stands out the most is Goku's Kamehameha. And that shit literally is gone for me. After the first time he did Kamehameha, it has literally gone from Kamehameha to feet Kamehameha to bigger Kamehameha.
To Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, instant transmission, teleporting Kamehameha.
Right, it's literally the same attack where he either makes it bigger, points it out of a different limb, or does some bullshit prior to.
But that's the thing.
It
That's
doesn't.
An iconic thing about shonen battle protagonists, anime protagonists, is their attacks.
Oh, yeah.
That is always going to be engraved in your mind. That's why I wanted to ask you that. Because I wasn't going to say it, because you knew what I was going to say. So I was waiting for you to say it, because, like, yes, this is why Dragon Ball Z is solidified as the, maybe not the best, but the most well-known shonen anime, is because of the fact that when you think of Goku, you think of Super Saiyan, and you think of Kamehameha.
Right, if you ask just about anybody, literally just about anybody over the age of 15, what a Kamehameha is, they will think it's some kind of blast.
Right.
They don't have to know anime, they don't have to know Goku, they don't have to know shit. A Kamehameha is known.
Yeah. Well, like, that's the thing. That is the thing about shonen animes, is that they all have cool movesets. Like, I don't like Fairy Tail, but I like Natsu's Fire Dragon style, because it's very interesting to me.
I think he uses Iron Dragon's cooler, by the way.
He uses, like, talons and wings and things like that. He calls his attacks and, like, Fire Dragon Roar is his breath. I don't like Fairy Tail. I think it's bland. Even Naruto's Rasengan is interesting to me. Right? And I don't even like Naruto.
I think that's probably the coolest part of Naruto, though, is the Kamehameha is basically the same attack. Rasengan is changed so many ways, so many types, different move styles with it, that it's not the same thing.
Right. Because there's, like, wind shuriken.
There's, like, there's, like, shuriken types, there's, like, large types, there's the mini types.
Right, there's like, demon energy Rasengan.
Yeah, there's, like, sage mode and shit, and you're like, the fuck is this?
And then, like, you have people like Toriko who uses a chop, which is a knife, and a punch, which is a fork, a spoon, and then a claw, which is a fork, and it's just so bizarre
You're
and bonkers.
The fuck is
You're
going
so
on?
You're so into it.
Right.
Like, that's the thing. Shonen animes can be shit. Like,
oh yeah,
total
they can be
shit.
utter crap.
But they can like have cool ass shit going on with it. Like one such thing as Kuroko no Basket. It makes no sense.
Nope.
But
they're
like
cool as
they're
shit.
cool as shit.
Right?
They're like, look at me, I can mimic people's moves. I can do this. You're like, what? My mind is being blown.
One of these guys has instant transmission. The other dude's got fucking Rasengan.
Yeah, they're basketball players. And you're like, all right, I can get down with this.
Right? It's cool to watch.
And then you have people like Gon, who's Gon, because hunters play off their like powers. Gon plays games. So like one of his attacks is a rock paper scissor attack.
Right?
Rock is a punch, scissor is this, and then paper is a slap. It is a very interesting attack to use.
Right? It fucks with you too.
And then you have Yu Yu Hakusho, and you have Yusuke and his spirit gun, the most iconic thing from Yu Yu Hakusho. I know Megan might listen to this and she'd be like, "What about Kurama's like sexiness?" I'm like, no, he's really cute too, But Yusuke's spirit gun is the first thing you think of, is when, because the intro to Smile Bomb has him opening up, jumping and shooting the spirit gun.
Right.
The spirit gun is just 2 fingers and you shoot it with the spirit energy. Like, it's so interesting to me.
And it's so basic too.
Right.
I think that's what makes it so awesome. Like, if this was put in like Naruto or Bleach or whatever, a spirit gun would be like this 30-second power-up, crazy bullshittery, hand signs, pulling out a sword bullshit. No, he literally makes his hand into a pistol and shoots.
Right.
It's so simple and effective, and I think it's awesome.
I actually like when Ichigo spends 3 months before he fights Aizen in Hogyokyu form to get the final form with the long black hair.
Whoa.
And the robot, and like the robot arm. Like, I thought that was cool. Like, it was metal as fuck. And
it was cool to watch, yeah.
It was really cool to watch. Like, I am not saying it like I don't like Bleach, but like, I was like, okay, that's a really cool appearance.
Right.
And then, as much as I don't want to bring it up, but Saitama's One Punch is actually very funny when I watch it.
It's very iconic.
It's
too.
iconic. It blows people up. So
yeah,
yeah.
I as somebody who plays a lot of video games, especially RPGs, I've watched people do playthroughs as quote unquote One Punch Man, and literally all they change is their damage output to be infinite.
Right.
And it's just enjoyable to watch. Like, it's become iconic now to just be busted. Like, it's disappointing to watch in the anime because shit can be getting wrecked and Saitama will walk up and be like, flick, boom, dead. But, like, it's become a thing, though.
I like it. Like, I like show. Like, I've always said I don't really like One Punch Man, and I don't like One Punch Man. I don't like Saitama. I don't think the anime is bad.
Oh, no.
I love the side character. I love Genos. I think Genos is more of a shonen protagonist than Saitama is.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's what I wanted to bring Genos up, because Genos gets an upgrade and he gets basically a flamethrower-esque Kamehameha attack.
Right.
Like,
Genos is the one that actually has conflict going on. He's
Right.
got character development. He's got a goal in mind. He's got a shitty backstory. Like, he is a shonen protagonist.
right. And
he's the side character.
Well, my thing about what One Punch Man did and what Mob Psycho did is that they made Mob a shonen protagonist, an overpowered shonen protagonist, but he's the shonen protagonist. He clearly brings off shonen protagonist.
Oh yeah,
he is the most interesting part of Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of how Saitama is in One Punch Man. And it's created by the same person. This is the only reason why I brought it up. They look very similar, but they are very different on how they're portrayed.
I think that's one of the reasons he made
Mob Psycho.
I wanted to call it Mob Psycho 100.
It is.
Okay, that's why I was thinking it. But like, they made it almost a mirror image. Like, in One Punch Man, the least interesting person is your main character. In Mob Psycho, your basically main character is the most interesting, and he is also broken, but limited.
Right. Because he doesn't want to use it.
His is based on emotion and, like, actually breaching his limiter.
Right.
Saitama is past his limiter 100% of the time.
Yeah, and then he gets knocked out from when he uses it too. Like
yeah, Mob Psycho, he goes into a passed out state after breaking his limiter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he was not a 14-year-old and was like a 30-year-old, maybe he could use his limiter constantly.
Right.
That's different though. Like, where we're at in this anime, he is a Saitama with limitations, with conflict, and with kind of goals.
Kind of goals.
I mean, his goal is to make money so that he can live like a normal person, and
Yeah.
this is the job he got.
Right.
But, like, he has goals. He wants to be a normal kid. He doesn't want to blow shit up with his powers. He doesn't want
Right.
to fuck with people.
Right.
And he just happens to be in a world where he's a broken psychic.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I wanted to end with a good shonen protagonist should have heart.
Oh, yeah.
You should always be rooting for your shonen protagonist.
You should at least connect with them.
And that's how I want to end it. Because, like, as much as I did bitch about Naruto, bitch about Bleach, bitch about Fairy Tail, the people who watch those are connected to those characters.
Oh, yeah. They're
And,
connectable people, for
right.
sure.
And they have connectable traits for the person that was watching them. So, to end this, I think what makes a good shonen protagonist is... You're like, you made this entire video to just say all of them are good shonen protagonists. Fuck you, Kien. They are. In a way. You can't... In a way.
Like, a lot of the big ones, yeah, there are good shonen protagonists. That's why they got big.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the major ones we have watched, a lot of the...
Major ones that are popular. Like,
a lot of the iconic ones that aren't popular anymore. They are like that because they had good protagonists.
like you brought up in the video game podcast, like, Naruto's still big.
Right?
Like, that's why he's having this game where you can create your own ninja and fight shit like that.
They're big. They are good protagonists. We might not like them.
Right.
But they did the job
Right.
very well.
Right. So that's been Fan-Ime. I'm Kien.
I'm Max.
Have a good day.
Bye.